Improve your environment for better habits. Let me start off by giving you the mindset about how your environment around you can affect your habits. So, what do I mean by environment? By environment, I mean, like, let's say the workspace around you, the items that you have in your home office. If you have a home gym, the items in your gym, the foods in your kitchen, all the items that you have around you, and how everything is designed. So, the idea of this video is I'm going to explain to you how you can make good habits easier to start and bad habits harder to start. Because habits are one of the most important things for success. Because life is basically just habits. The small actions that you do every day either improve your life or make your life worse. So, in order to improve our habits, we need to start off by improving our environment around us. And if you have a great environment in your workspace and home office, then good habits will be a lot easier to start and you'll procrastinate a lot less. So let's find ways to improve our environment around us so that way we can improve our daily habits. So I got some playing cards and I got a pen. So for step 2 is you want to write down the habits that you want to do more of and the habits you want to do less of. So for this, I'm just going to use 2 separate cards. So let's say this habit is going to be habits we want to do more of, and this card is habits you want to do less of. So for the more habits, write down the habits that you procrastinate a lot on, but you want to do more of. So let's say for me, maybe reading, maybe a nap. A planned nap is good. Maybe more writing, maybe more workouts, eating more vegetables. So those are some examples of habits that I want to do more of. Now what you want to do is on the other card is you want to write down habits you want to do less of. So either habits you want to completely stop or just simply do less of. So let's say video games, let's say eating chips, eating candy, and I can't forget a big one. This is what my brand's about: procrastination. I still struggle with procrastination, but remember, I'm focusing on improving it. So it doesn't need to be perfect right now, but as long as you focus on improving your habits and your environment, then you're on the right path for success. So those are some examples of habits I want to do less of. So on your post-it note, the action plan so far is write down habits you want to do more of and habits you want to do less of. And this is going to be very important for how we're going to design our environment around us. So let's go on to the next step. And you can either use post-it note cards, online notes, or loose leaf papers, whichever you prefer. Now what we want to do is we want to think of ways to make our good habits faster and easier to start. So again, for this, we're going to use another blank card. And then we're going to say environment design for easier habits, for easier good habits, let's say. Or name your card whatever you want. So you want to go through your habit list and you're going to write down changes that you're going to make to the environment around you to make good habits easier to start. So some examples of things that you can do is like, let's say you want to start reading more. Maybe you could put a book next to your desk. Or if you want to read at night, put a book on your nightstand. Or maybe if you want to take a nap, maybe have a planned time that you're not interrupted. So if let's say at 5 p.m. you don't have any interruptions, then take a 15 or 20-minute nap. So a quick nap. Maybe for writing, maybe if you want to start writing more stuff on your phone or on paper, you can change your environment to improve it. So maybe you can find ways to make it more quieter. So maybe you could close your door when you're studying, maybe use some noise cancellation headphones, maybe make sure the air conditioning's on so the room's nice and cool and not too hot. And let's say for workouts, maybe a reason why you procrastinate on your workouts is because you don't want to drive all the way to the gym. Like you just want to stay home and maybe you're a little bit lazy in the winter, and that's fine. I'm the same way, right? So maybe for workouts, you can improve your environment by putting some home workout items in your home office. Like on my social media, where I shared before, is like you could put workout mats next to your desk. You can put weights behind your desk. I'd recommend putting those two things behind your desk or in front of your desk. Don't have it underneath your desk just in case the weights fall. You don't want to do that. So workout mats and weights behind your desk or in front of your desk, or jumping jack, rope, or any home gym items that you have. Another good thing, like a future goal for me, is I want to get a treadmill desk. So like a nice treadmill, and I put something on it so that way I can hold my computer. So that way I can do my work and walking instead of just sitting still. So those environment changes you can do for workouts and for eating more vegetables, let's say, is simply have more vegetables around you in your kitchen. Because if you have the vegetables in your kitchen and it's all ready to eat, then it's a lot easier and faster to start eating the vegetables compared to if you have no vegetables in your kitchen and you need to drive to the store every time you get them. So make sure you have enough vegetables, maybe some frozen vegetables if you want to store that. So those are some examples of how you can make good habits easier to start. So on your post-it note card, write a few examples that I shared with you. So that's environment changes to make good habits easier to start. Now let's find ways to make bad habits harder and longer to start. So if we look at a list of bad habits I want to do less of, we can see. So again, video games, eating chips, eating candy, and procrastination. So those are some examples. So let's start off with video games. What environment changes can we do to make video games harder and longer to start? Well, maybe you can give yourself time limits and you give yourself a max time or max daily game limit. Like for me, for my video games, which helped me a lot is I changed my environment to where I only play 2 games a day instead of playing 8 hours a day. Eating chips and eating candy. This helps a lot with improving your environment. So I'd say for that is simply don't have that stuff in your kitchen. Because if you don't have unhealthy food in your kitchen, then how are you going to eat it? Like if you want to eat some unhealthy food, then you have to drive all the way to the store and get it. Then once you're at the store, it's all about discipline. Choose the healthy food options and leave out the unhealthy foods. So for eating better, simply don't have that stuff in your kitchen. That's a great way to improve your environment for eating. And then procrastination. Let's say your phone distracts you a lot for your habits. What you could do is you could put your phone away. You can put your phone on charge when you want to focus. You could put your phone in a case. So there's many different things you can do to your environment to make bad habits harder to start. So on your post-it note for the bad habit ideas, write down some ideas that I told you to make bad habits harder and longer to start. Now, I got one more bonus idea for you that will really help you for your environment. So, I want you to do is spend 5 minutes a day improving your environment around you. So, some stuff that you can do is you can organize your space better. So, make sure everything's nice and clean and organized. You can throw away stuff that you don't need or garbage on the floor. So, make sure everything's nice. You can add stuff to your environment that makes good habits easier and faster to start. So maybe it's a motivational poster on your wall. You can add that if it motivates you. You can put some items on your desk to motivate you. So there's different things that you can do. So rearranging items in your room, you can add items in your room and make sure everything's nice and organized. So 5 minutes a day organizing and improving your environment in your home office. So that's a simple action plan they can do starting today. So what is your favorite idea that I shared with you in this video for improving your environment?